For the holiday break, I came home early. I was hiding in the closet, planning to surprise my parents. That evening, when they returned, I heard low, hushed whispers right outside. "Honey, Sierra is coming home tomorrow. Have you figured out how to kill her yet?" "Easy," my dad's voice replied. "She trusts us completely. Just put some sleeping pills in her food and then we'll use the rope." Horrified, I clamped my hand over my mouth. My dad, George, suddenly lowered his voice and whispered, "Wait, why is there an extra pair of shoes by the door?" His hand, reaching for the closet doorknob, froze mid-air. I couldn't believe my ears. Sierra is my name. Did my parents want to kill me? My mind was spinning, my heart felt sliced. In my memories, my parents had always been the kindest people. They were good to everyone. They would even just release a mouse that ran into the house, never hurting it. They loved me and my younger brother. How could they possibly want to kill me? It must be a joke. I tried to steady my breathing, patting my chest. Yes, they must know I'm home and are just messing with me. I refused to believe my parents would murder me. I took a deep breath, preparing to step out and confront them. But just then, my dad walked out to the living room, holding a rope. "This rope is perfect. Tomorrow, you cook her favorite meal and put a generous amount of pills in it." My mom hesitated, wiping away tears. My dad slammed his hand on his thigh and roared, still hesitating? "If she doesn't die, our son has to. Is a daughter more important than a son?" My mother fell silent, nodding vigorously. I knew my parents. Their expressions were not those of people playing a joke. They really wanted to kill me. A layer of cold frost seemed to cover me as I sat shivering in the closet. Tears streamed down my face. I could only clamp my mouth shut to stifle any sound. My dad suddenly stopped by the door again. "Honey, why is there an extra pair of shoes in our shoe rack?" My eyes went wide. I forgot. To surprise them, I had managed to pull my luggage inside the closet, afraid of being discovered. But I took off my shoes because I knew my mother hated dirt. If she knew I wore shoes inside, she'd be furious. I was so used to this habit, I put my shoes by the door without thinking. My dad bent down, picking up a shoe and examining it carefully. His cold gaze slowly moved towards the closet where I was hiding, almost directly facing me. "I'm done for." My heart hammered. They already wanted to kill me. If I was discovered now, my death would be even more gruesome. My dad's face grew menacing as he slowly approached. The silence was terrifying, punctuated only by the frantic pounding of my heart. Just as he was about to open the door, my mom appeared. "What shoes are those?" She bent down, picked up the other shoe, and thought for a moment. "This looks like Sierra's. Her shoes. Could she be back already?" My dad's voice was flat. My mom glanced at him, shaking her head. "No way. She clearly said she'd be back tomorrow. I must have taken them out yesterday to prepare for her arrival." My dad sighed in relief, slowly dropping his hand from the doorknob. "Tomorrow is the day that decides our family's fate. We absolutely cannot mess this up. For Ryan, we must not lose our resolve." My mother nodded, her expression cold. "I know. I love our son more than you do." My heart felt like it was being sliced into 1,000 pieces. It was true they favored my brother, but I had never minded. He was younger, and I, as the elder sister, should yield. But I couldn't understand. Did my brother's life truly require the price of my own? I took a deep breath, forcing my eyes open. If they didn't see me as their daughter, I wouldn't waste tears on them. The urgent matter was to survive and figure out what they were planning. I glanced at my phone. It was 6 p.m. I would hold out a little longer, wait for them to go to their room, and then I would slip out. I had recorded the entire exchange on my phone, originally intending to capture a happy reunion moment. But now, the recording just felt bitter. I silently mocked myself, huddled in the corner of the closet, shaking all over. The home I had lived in for 20 years suddenly felt like a hell. About 30 minutes later, I heard a clear, young boy's voice. "Mom, Dad, I'm home!" I looked up. The familiar voice belonged to my younger brother, Ryan. He must have dropped his backpack and jumped right into Dad's arms after school. "My good boy, you're home from school. Give Daddy a kiss." My dad gave him a loud peck on the cheek, his face full of smiles. My mother picked up his backpack, gently stroking his head. "Tired from school? Go wash your hands and have dinner. I stared at the scene, suddenly recalling my own childhood. Before we moved here, I used to rush into my dad's arms every day after school, just like that. He would always laugh heartily, rubbing his beard against my face. Were all those moments fake? They never truly loved me. In their eyes, there was only my brother. I was an outsider in this house. They were laughing so happily without a trace of the cruelty or coldness of people who had just finished planning my murder. I buried my face in my arm, finding that I couldn't cry anymore. In just a few short hours, my heart had gone numb. Suddenly, a chill ran through me. I looked up. My brother was standing in front of the closet, staring right at me. My heart leaped. Panic instantly seized me. I'm done for. If I'm discovered now, I'm dead. Sis, he whispered. I broke out in a cold sweat, desperately making a frantic shush gesture. His large, innocent eyes were full of confusion, as if he didn't understand why I was hiding. Sis, he said, louder this time. My mom in the kitchen seemed to have heard something and poked her head out. Son, who are you talking to? Panicked, I mouthed to him, I'm playing hide and seek with Mom and Dad, don't tell. He stared at me, touched his chin, and then flashed a bizarre smile. A smile that was not that of a child his age, sending shivers down my spine. My dad also noticed, his eyes cold as he walked over holding a kitchen knife. Son, who are you talking to? My brother turned to look at Dad, then pointed at the closet. It's Sis. She's in the closet. The room went instantly silent. I felt like I'd been plunged into an ice cave. This brat. I wanted to rush out and strangle the little bastard. Upon hearing this, my dad's large body stiffened, and he stared in terror at the closet. My mom also rushed over. All three of them stood before the closet, unfamiliar and chilling. Daughter, you're home? You heard everything? I remained silent, my small body huddled and trembling in the corner. My dad gestured for my brother to move away, the knife in his hand gleaming with cold light. I tightly shut my eyes, tears soaking my sleeve. Click! The closet door opened. My dad's head and the knife came into view simultaneously. 1 second of silence, 2 seconds time seemed to stop. Suddenly, I felt a strange, ridiculous sense of unreality, as if I didn't belong to this world. About a minute later, I heard my dad sigh in relief, followed by a burst of laughter. Silly boy, how could your sister be in the closet? It's just a picture. He picked up a photo frame near me, gently wiping it, a slight tremor in his eyes. My mom also sighed, patting her chest. You scared me to death. My brother saw me huddled among the clothes, but didn't say anything. He snatched the photo frame from Dad's hand. Son, do you miss your sister? It's okay, she'll be home tomorrow. My brother stared at the photo frame for a few minutes, then suddenly raised his hand and smashed it to the floor. The sound of shattering glass echoed. I hate Sis! He stomped his feet twice. I hate Sis! I don't want to see her again. My parents exchanged glances, a hint of astonishment in their eyes. My dad half-crouched, picked him up, and rubbed their noses together. Don't worry, son. Tomorrow is the last time you'll see her. I promise. After that, you'll never see her again. My brother nodded vigorously and smiled. My mom looked at him with a gentle smile and murmured, Son, it's all for you. The three of them laughed and left, casually turning off the living room light. The last bit of light before my eyes vanished, leaving only hopeless darkness. I lay among the clothes, staring up at the ceiling, my chest heaving, tears streaming down the corners of my eyes. What had happened in the 6 months I was away from home? 6 months ago, when I came home, my brother still rushed into my arms, rubbing his head against me. My parents asked about my trip, helped with my luggage, and prepared a feast. The house was full of laughter and love. At that time, I thought we were the happiest family. I was willing to sacrifice everything for them. But now, I was a discarded, hated person, a lamb waiting to be slaughtered. A useless daughter. I don't know how long I cried. I remember waking up feeling ice cold. I slowly drifted off, only to be awakened by a strange noise in the middle of the night. I jumped, opening my eyes, hoping it was all a dream. But the dark closet reminded me that everything was real. I was lucky my dad hadn't found me. Otherwise, I would be a corpse now. I slowly propped myself up, trying not to make a sound. It was my parents. They were dressed neatly, whispering to each other as they walked to the living room. I checked my phone. It was 2 a.m. Where were they going so late? My heart raced. Their leaving was a perfect opportunity for me to escape. I hadn't called the police because there was still a sliver of hope in my heart. Once the police were involved, things could never go back to normal. I had to find out for myself what had truly happened in this house and whether the couple living here were really my parents. They were very careful, opening the door, peeking outside, and only leaving after confirming no one was there. The house fell silent again. I didn't rush out, waiting another 10 minutes to ensure they were gone before gently pushing open the closet door. In the darkness, a clear young boy's voice sounded from behind me. "Sis!" I spun around. My brother, wearing pajamas, stood to the side, his dark eyes staring intently at me. I glared at him, my hands clenched, his words from the evening echoing in my mind. "I hate Sis. I don't want to see her again." "Why?" Tears welled up as I slowly walked towards him. He backed away 2 steps, choking out, "Are you going to hit me?" That question shattered my resolve. The sorrow poured out like a flood, choking and despairing. I burst into tears, clutching my chest, my sobs echoing in the silent room. He stood not far from me, slowly reaching out his hand, then suddenly stopping. He just watched me, his big eyes filled with anxiety, fear, doubt, and pain. "Sweetie, can you tell me why you hate me?" I asked, trembling, and reached to hug his shoulders. But he violently shook off my hands, yelling, "I hate you! Dad said you're cheap trash, a useless burden. Our life is only this bad because of you." I gritted my teeth, about to say something when he suddenly screamed, "Mom! Dad! Sis hit me! Help! Help!" Stunned, I rushed to cover his mouth, but he was screaming hysterically, struggling fiercely. In that moment, I genuinely had the thought of choking him, but I let go at the last second. He slumped onto the floor, not crying or yelling, just looking at me with an unreadable, expectant expression. I glared at him one last time before turning and walking away. He watched my retreating figure, muttering something I couldn't quite hear. I gently opened the door and peeked out. The hallway was dark, most people still asleep. For self-defense, I tucked a small utility knife into my shirt. I didn't know if I could actually use it against the parents who raised me for 20 years, but I didn't want to die. I walked down the empty hallway. The motion sensor lights flickered on one by one beneath my feet. All I wanted now was to quickly get out of here. At the elevator, I frantically pushed the button. When the doors closed, I finally breathed a sigh of relief, leaning against the wall, eyes closed. I wondered where to go next. Ding. The elevator stopped on the first floor. The doors opened, and I froze. My parents were standing right outside, side by side, staring at me. The air was thick with silence. Our eyes met, and no one spoke for a minute. My mom was the first to break the silence. "Sierra, weren't you supposed to be back tomorrow?" I was stunned. "That's right. They don't necessarily know I was already home." I quickly glanced around, then slowly replied, "I bought an earlier ticket. The evening one was cheaper. I wanted to surprise you two." My mother smiled, taking a step forward to hug me, but Dad stopped her. He looked at me, surely recognizing the resentment and bitterness in my eyes, but he wasn't certain, so he said nothing. "It's good that you're back. Let's go home together." In the elevator, the atmosphere was suffocating. My mom was restless. My dad continually rubbed his hands. His head bowed. "Where were you two going so late?" I asked. My dad paused, not answering, only forcing a smile when he saw my hand still clutched at my chest. Back in the apartment, I sighed. This situation, though bizarre, was better than I expected. Perhaps I would gradually learn the truth. The whole family sat around the sofa in silence. The weak yellow light cast unfamiliar shadows on 3 faces. The strange atmosphere made me feel like I was sitting on fire. Suddenly, my mom stood up, saying gently, "Sierra, you haven't eaten, have you? You look exhausted. Let me cook you something." I didn't stop her. When she left, I turned to my dad. "What's wrong, Sierra? You don't look happy." I rubbed my temple and gave a weak smile. "Nothing, just tired from the drive. I even had a nightmare on the way." "Oh? What did you dream?" "I dreamed that you and Mom wanted to kill me." My dad burst out laughing. "Ha ha, silly girl. You're your parents' precious treasure. How could we ever kill you?" I smiled too, but it was a bitter smile. "Yeah, it was just a dream." I then looked up. So, in your hearts, who is more important? Me or Ryan? My dad's eyelid twitched. In my heart, you two are the same. Suddenly, I heard a mocking chuckle. I froze, looking around for the source of the sound. Dad, did you hear someone laugh? No, he replied, his face unchanged. I lowered my head, contemplating whether to confront them directly or continue pretending. My dad's eyes wavered, unconsciously glancing toward a certain corner. Just then, my mother brought out a dish, a bright smile on her face. Here, your favorite Coca-Cola chicken wings. I stared at the dish for a long time, then smiled, tapping the chopsticks on the table. Mom really knows me. She even prepared my favorite ingredients knowing I was coming home. I changed my tone and looked up, smiling. Now, tell me, how many sleeping pills did you put in this dish? The atmosphere instantly froze. The only sound in the room was the labored breathing. I leaned back in my seat, sneering. The rope you planned to strangle me with? I saw it. It's quite rough. You two really weren't going easy on me. Sierra, what are you talking about? Mom doesn't understand. There was that mocking chuckle again. I lost my temper, knocking the dish to the floor. You still won't admit it, even now. My dad stared at me, his voice sinking. You heard everything, didn't you? You came back early and hid in the house. I nodded. I arrived this afternoon, hiding in the closet. Didn't your beloved little brother tell you? My dad sighed, looking 10 years older. Do you really believe your mother and I would kill you? I laughed coldly. Are you still trying to fool me? My mother began to sob softly. I tightly clenched my hands, my voice trembling. Dad, I just want to know why. What is the reason you would want to kill your own daughter? You kept saying it was for Ryan. What the hell happened while I was away? My dad sighed, slowly rising from the sofa, looking down at me. His voice was low. Daughter, I truly didn't want us to come to this. We could have resolved this in a simpler way. He was still smiling, a grin that gave me the chills. I gritted my teeth, a painful buzzing filling my ears. That laughter was driving me insane. What are you going to do now? Kill me with a knife? I just want to know the truth. Suddenly, my head spun. My body swayed, and I braced myself on the sofa. Everything before my eyes became blurry, constantly growing and shrinking, swirling around. My ears were filled with piercing sounds mixed with terrifying, maniacal laughter. I had been poisoned after all. Before I blacked out, I saw tears and sadness in their eyes. Then, everything dissolved into darkness. I don't know how much time passed. I slowly opened my eyes. I was tied to a chair in the bathroom. Up until now, I still held the illusion that this was all a misunderstanding, that my parents still loved me. But reality was cruel. They didn't want me anymore. The people who gave me life now wanted to take it away. Dad, Sis is awake. My brother's clear voice rang out, followed by hurried footsteps. My dad appeared before me, his eyes cold as steel. You're awake. I parted my dry, cracked lips, trying to speak, but no words came out. He stared at me, then glanced at a rope nearby. My brother stood in front of me, pointing. Dad, I hate Sis. You have to promise me I won't ever see her again. My dad bent down, picked him up, his voice light as a breeze. Yes, I promise. After today, you absolutely won't see her again. Great. My brother burst into laughter, yet tears were rolling down his cheeks. I smiled bitterly. Dad, do you really want to kill your own biological daughter? What did I do wrong? My dad calmly coiled the rope, turning his back to me. You did nothing wrong. But you have to die. I'm about to die, and you still can't give me a reason? A reason? My dad paused and turned, leaning close to my face, his voice hoarse. The reason is, I only need a son, not a daughter. Raising you through college has completely drained our savings. Now, you, this bloodsucker, should just disappear. I laughed bitterly, tears streaming down. A clumsy lie. That reason doesn't convince me. Believe it or not. He adjusted my posture, his lips trembling. Good girl, don't move. I'll make it quick. I won't let you suffer too much. I lowered my head, tears of helplessness falling. Where's Mom? Isn't she coming to see me off? Your mother doesn't want to see you. The rope slowly wrapped around my neck. I had no expectations left. Whatever the reason, I would not forgive them. Just before my dad pulled the rope tight, I used the knife I had hidden to cut the restraints on my wrist. My dad froze, not expecting this trick. Before he could react, my knife was pressed against his throat. My brother, stunned, ran and screamed, "Mom, sis is trying to kill Dad." My dad's throat moved, but he smiled with satisfaction. This girl always surprises people. My hand trembled from gripping the knife too hard, my teeth nearly grinding to dust. "Now tell me why," I screamed, my voice filled with hatred. My dad stared into the distance. "There's no longer any father-daughter bond between us. Go ahead. Do you want me to kill you?" A father who wants to kill his daughter doesn't deserve to live. I was nearly insane. Why? Why? Won't my parents tell the truth, even if it means death? My mother screamed and rushed in, a cleaver in her hand. "Let your father go. You evil curse. Haven't you ruined our lives enough? You want to kill your own father? You and Dad wanted to kill me." I shrieked hoarsely. "Mom, wasn't I born from your womb? Why are you treating me like this?" My mother's hand trembled, her voice choked. "Sierra, I'm sorry." "Sorry for what? Kill her." "You cheap trash, I regret ever giving birth to you," my dad roared. I couldn't control my anger and raised the knife high. One swift, downward motion, and I could pierce his carotid artery. In less than a minute, I could take my dad's life. In that moment, my dad was strangely calm, without fear, without resentment, even with a hint of anticipation. My hands shook. Suddenly, an old memory rushed back. I was sitting on my dad's shoulders holding a windmill, laughing like silver bells. Dad was smiling, Mom running after us, the golden sunlight piercing through my hair, the summer wind carrying the sweet scent of childhood. Why? Why did it turn out like this? My grip loosened and the knife clattered to the floor. I collapsed, hugging my knees, crying like a child. "What are you doing? Kill me!" My dad stood up, thrusting the knife back into my hand. "Look at me! Stab me in the neck! Now!" I stared at him in astonishment. "Don't you hate me? I almost killed you just now." He shook his head. "The life you have was given by your parents. It's fine to take it back." "Silly girl. Kill me. Only then can you and your brother live." I immediately caught the information, my eyes wide. "What did you say? Tell me clearly. Why? What did you just say?" "No need anymore. The game's over." A strange man's voice sounded right behind me. I spun around. A man with a long scar on his face entered, holding my brother. "No, don't hurt them, we'll die." My mom screamed and fell to her knees, tears streaming down. "I'm sorry, ma'am," the man said coldly. I haven't seen what I wanted to see yet. He squeezed my brother's neck. My brother didn't dare to cry, only letting out weak moans. "Who are you? You set all this up," I yelled, my eyes filled with hatred. The scar-faced man slightly loosened his grip. My brother coughed painfully. "That's right, I set it all up. I just wanted to watch a drama about family murder. Too bad it ended too soon." "Let go of my brother!" I shouted. "He hates me so much, but you're still trying to save him. You forced him to say that, didn't you?" The scar-faced man nodded. "That's right. I gambled with the lives of your mother, your brother, and yours. I just wanted to see if you would kill your father with your own hands." I laughed coldly. "That mocking laugh was yours. I knew it. From the moment I got home, I felt there was someone else in the house." "So it was you? My family has no feud with you. Why are you doing this?" The scar-faced man gently stroked my brother's head, his eyes cold as ice. "There's something you don't know, right? You weren't their biological daughter." I was stunned. "What did you say?" "You're not their biological daughter. You're the child they rescued from human traffickers." I stumbled back 2 steps, staring at my parents, my voice trembling. Is he telling the truth? My dad nodded slightly, his eyes glaring at the scar-faced man. "Whatever your grudge is, take it out on me. Don't hurt my children." The scar-faced man didn't bother to reply, only staring intently at me. His voice was hoarse, carrying a hint of madness. "Too bad. I was that human trafficker. That year, I killed your birth parents, kidnapped you, and was going to sell you to a family in the mountains. But I fell asleep on the train, and your current father stole you. That was the biggest mistake of my life. His voice trembled, clearly struggling to contain his rage. After I returned, I was punished by the boss. This scar on my face is thanks to you. Sierra Wilson, I've been looking for you all these years. I looked at my parents, my heart aching. They were my saviors, yet I doubted them. When I found your house, I can't describe how happy I was. I could finally get revenge. Every time I look in the mirror and see this face, I want to tear your whole family apart. He laughed maniacally, pulling out a knife. The blade gleamed in the light, and he waved it near my brother's neck. Every movement was like a cut to my heart. Your enemy is me. If you want to kill someone, kill me. Don't touch my family, I screamed. He laughed, clapping his hands as if watching an interesting play. Very brave, very touching. Originally, I wanted to force you to kill your father with your own hands and then tell you the truth, so you'd live in eternal agony and regret. Too bad you were too stupid, spared his life instead of killing him. You disappointed me, so I changed my mind. A murderous gleam flashed in his eyes. Now I want your whole family dead. No! Don't touch my son! My mother screamed, her voice hoarse. I stepped forward and shouted, if you want to kill, kill me first. My brother is still a child. He tilted his head, looking at me with interest. That desperate look is exactly what I want. Sierra Wilson, I killed your family 20 years ago, and 20 years later, I'll do it again. I'll kill all of them except you. I want you to live and be tormented by this nightmare for the rest of your life. Sis, help me, my brother's weak voice cried out. He laughed and raised the knife, aiming straight for my brother's neck. Wait, I yelled. He looked up, his eyes flashing with curiosity, as if wondering what trick I had left. I stared straight at him and spoke slowly. Do you know the difference between you and me? He shrugged. I'm not afraid of death. Before he could react, I lunged straight at him. He was startled, instinctively letting go of my brother and raising his knife. Thud! The entire blade plunged deep into my stomach. Blood gushed out, but I didn't stop, using all my strength to push him against the wall. Damn it, you lunatic! He screamed, trying to pull out the knife, but I locked his hand in place. Do you know why you could toy with my parents and brother in the palm of your hand? Because my mother is sickly and weak, my brother is a child and can't threaten you. And my dad didn't dare to risk it because his life is the life of the whole family. That's why you dared to play your games to satisfy your sick, twisted pleasure. A distorted smile spread across my face, fresh blood spilling from the corner of my mouth. But I'm different. I've already died once. Now, I'm not afraid of death anymore. He trembled, gulping, looking at me as if I were a demon. Now that I've got you pinned, what do you think my dad will do? He turned his head, and in that instant, my dad was standing there, a hammer in his hand, his eyes icy cold. Smash, the sound of a skull cracking. Blood splattered onto my face. Ah! The scar-faced man screamed and writhed on the floor. My dad said nothing, striking his hand with the hammer again. Another ghastly, terrifying scream. The sounds of hammering, cracking bones, screaming, crying, and curses mixed together, echoing throughout the house. I held the knife plunged into my abdomen and laughed maniacal. My mother ran over, her eyes swollen, and touched my face. My daughter, are you in pain? I smiled, wiping her tears. I'm fine, Mom. My brother finally burst into tears. He was stronger than I thought. When the knife was at his throat, he didn't shed a single tear. But now, seeing me covered in blood, he wept. Sis, don't die. I stroked his head and smiled softly. Little brats, you just said you didn't want to see me again. Good thing I still bought you snacks and toys. The pain in my abdomen made me break out in a cold sweat, and my vision slowly dimmed. In the darkness, I saw my birth parents again, reliving that bloody night years ago when I was 2 and he took me away like an item. When I opened my eyes again, I saw a pristine white ceiling and bright lights. The beeping of a heart monitor echoed in my ears. She's awake! Someone cheered, and my mother's tear-streaked face appeared before me. Sierra, my daughter, you're finally awake. I stared blankly at my mother and brother, my lips dry and cracked, struggling to speak. Where's Dad? A female police officer stepped forward, her voice serious. I'm sorry, your father is currently in detention, awaiting a court decision. I became agitated, trying to sit up, but the sharp pain of the wound made me grit my teeth. "Don't get agitated. Your wound hasn't healed. The officer helped me." "Why is Dad in jail? Wasn't that self-defense? I was nearly stabbed to death." She was silent for a moment before saying, "It was self-defense, but your father went a bit too far." When we arrived at the scene, the suspect was almost beaten to a pulp. Hardly a bone in his body was intact. "I must say, your father is quite the expert in extreme interrogation." I ground my teeth. I'm not in the mood for jokes. "If you knew what he did to my family, you'd think death was too easy for him." The officer nodded. "I agree, but the law is different. Regardless, your father won't be sentenced to death." She then recounted the entire truth. The scar-faced man, whose real name was Trent Sharp, was a member of a dangerous gang, guilty of countless crimes: robbery, rape, murder, human trafficking. 20 years ago, he broke into the home of my birth parents, a well-off family, killed them both, and kidnapped me when I was just 2 years old. On the train, he encountered my adoptive parents. They recognized I was the abducted child and, taking advantage of his sleep, risked everything to steal me away. They intended to call the police, but were afraid of his revenge, so they kept silent, raising me as their own flesh and blood. As for Trent Sharp, because he lost me, he was punished by his boss, and the scar on his face was the price of his crime. He nursed his hatred and searched for my whereabouts day and night. About 2 weeks ago, he finally tracked down my parents. For revenge, he kidnapped my brother, forcing my parents to show themselves. He planned to kill them, but then felt it wasn't enough to satisfy his rage, so he devised a more vicious game, forcing my dad to find a way to make me kill him. After I did the deed, he would tell me the whole truth, leaving me to live a lifetime of agony and guilt. My dad reluctantly agreed, collaborating with my mom and brother to stage that cruel play, hoping only to save my life. But Trent Sharp never expected to fail in the end. As I listened to the police officer recount everything, my heart felt shattered. It was all for me. They had to endure that horror because of me. My mother noticed I was trembling and hugged me tight like when I was a baby, her voice gentle and shaky. "Sierra, even if you're not my biological daughter, in my heart, you'll always be my daughter. Don't blame yourself. Your father and I are so proud that we could protect you." My brother also rushed to hug me tightly, his tears soaking my hospital gown. "I will never hate you, sis. I love you." I embraced them, tears flowing, sobbing loudly. In that moment, amidst the pain and blood, I felt truly happy. Not long after, the court delivered its sentence. My dad was deemed to have used excessive force in self-defense. But due to Trent Sharp's heinous crimes, he was granted leniency. 3 years in prison, suspended for 2 years, meaning he essentially wouldn't have to serve time. On the day my dad returned home, he hugged me tightly, his voice choked. "I'm sorry, daughter. I said terrible things to you. I love you forever." I nestled in his warm embrace, smiling softly through my tears. "I love you too, Dad." Our family was reunited. That evening, my mom made a delicious plate of Coca-Cola chicken wings, setting it on the table with a gentle smile. Today is the real party to welcome my daughter home. I laughed and cried at the same time. On the shelf, the broken photo frame from the other day had been repaired. Inside, it was no longer just a picture of me from college, the lonely young girl, but a family photo, the family where I belonged. As long as we're all together, I believe there's nothing we can't overcome. I scooped up a large spoonful of rice, smiling brightly. "Wow, Mom, your cooking has gotten even better." The whole family was happy together. Our future days would be just like this.